You've felt it, haven't you? That deep, unshakable feeling that something is changing, something is aligning for you beyond what your eyes can currently see. It's not just a thought or a wish. It's not just hope you're clinging to. It's something deeper, more divine. It's a knowing, a truth that vibrates within your chest, whispering that your prayers haven't been in vain, that your tears haven't gone unnoticed, that your soul, in all its quiet cries and silent courage, has been heard. The universe has been listening, chosen one, every moment you've spent in doubt, in silence, in patience. It has not been wasted. It has been counted, treasured, and amplified into energy. Your thoughts, your pain, your longing, all of it has been turned into motion. That motion is the unfolding of destiny. And now, the winds of fate are beginning to turn in your favor. This is not random. This is not an accident. What you've been praying for is on its way. Let me tell you something sacred. Your wishes are more than words. They are codes, ancient spiritual frequencies that interact with the energy of the universe. And every time you speak one from your heart, the universe listens, adjusts, and responds. You're not lost. You're not forgotten. You're not behind. You're in divine alignment, even if you don't feel it yet. Your job is not to panic. It's to prepare, to make space. Because what you've prayed for is not small. It's not ordinary. And it's going to require a version of you that believes. So if you're here now, hearing these words, it's not by mistake. You've been called into this moment. And before we continue, I want you to promise yourself something powerful. Watch this until the very end. Don't leave this moment prematurely. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. The energy here is shifting things for you. It's unlocking something. And when you're done, I want you to write your warmest wish in the comments, followed by the number 77, the sacred symbol of spiritual alignment and answered prayers. That's not for me. That's for you. That's for the universe to see your soul in motion. You've held on through storms you never told anyone about. You've smiled through heartaches. You've stood up after falls that would have broken others. And now, it's finally your turn to receive. There is a harvest coming for every seed you planted in tears. There is light coming for every shadow you walked through alone. This isn't just a shift in energy, it's a shift in your entire timeline, and it's going to come faster than you expect. Do not be surprised if you start feeling emotional out of nowhere. That's your soul releasing resistance. That's your body catching up to the spiritual promise that's already been activated. You'll notice little signs, feathers, repeating numbers, people from your past showing up again, dreams that seem oddly vivid. These are confirmations, gentle taps on your shoulder from the universe saying, yes, it's finally happening. Stay steady. But here's what you need to know. Just because something is on its way doesn't mean you can sit idle. Number this is your moment to become magnetic, to clear the clutter from your energy, to walk, talk, and breathe like the version of yourself who already received what you asked for. The energy you carry will either attract what's coming or delay it. You have to become it now, not when it arrives. Now that means releasing fear, releasing doubt, releasing the timelines that didn't work. It means forgiving yourself for past versions of you that didn't know better. It means opening your hands and saying, I am ready to receive. The old you had to hustle for every bit of peace. The new you understands that peace is your natural state, and from peace, everything flows. It's not about working harder. It's about believing deeper. You're not waiting anymore. You're aligning. You're becoming. You're transforming into the version of yourself who matches the frequency of your prayers. That version isn't stressed. That version doesn't chase. That version doesn't doubt their own magic. That version walks with quiet confidence, knowing the universe is already rearranging everything in their favor. And yes, things might still feel hard right now. That doesn't mean you're off course. That means you're in motion. The butterfly doesn't break from the cocoon easily, but when it does, it flies. That's where you are now, on the edge of transformation. You're not broken, you're breaking through. Don't let temporary pain convince you of a permanent fate. What's happening now is not punishment, it's preparation. You are becoming someone who can carry the weight of the blessings that are about to pour in, because blessings have weight, and the universe doesn't hand them to just anyone. They go to those who stayed, who grew, who believed even when they had no reason to. That's you. You are being equipped in silence for something that will be revealed in light. And when it shows up, it will be undeniable. You will look back on these days and say, "It all makes sense now." Every delay, every heartbreak, every unanswered question, it was all leading me here. And when that moment comes, you will smile, you will cry, you will feel a peace that doesn't even make sense, because you'll finally understand. You were never waiting in vain. You were always being prepared, always being watched over, always being guided. So don't worry about how it will happen. Don't obsess over when. Just keep becoming. Keep trusting. Keep loving yourself through the process, because your blessings are not based on your perfection. They're based on your persistence. And you, chosen one, have persisted in the dark for long enough. It's time for light. It's time for fulfillment. It's time for your prayers to be answered in ways that blow your mind. You've waited so long that part of you almost stopped believing. You've watched others receive what you once cried for, and you stayed quiet. You stayed patient. And in that patience, a rare kind of power was born inside you. The kind of power that only comes from trusting something bigger than logic. That trust is sacred. That trust is not weakness. That trust is the proof that you are different, that you were chosen not to break under delay, but to rise in perfect timing. And that timing is starting to reveal itself now. There are moments when the sky looks the same, but everything beneath it is changing. That's you right now. You may feel like nothing's happening, but beneath the surface, the universe is rewriting every chapter of your story. Quietly, silently, powerfully. You can't see it yet, but you will, soon. And when you do, it will feel like everything arrived all at once. A wave of answered prayers, a flood of long-awaited peace, a series of open doors that were once bolted shut. The version of you that prayed in desperation is about to meet the version of you who receives in grace. That's why you've been feeling more emotional lately. That's why your sleep has shifted. That's why your spirit keeps pulling you toward quiet reflection. The old energy is leaving your body. Your nervous system is recalibrating for ease. Your soul is adjusting to receive. You're becoming compatible with joy, compatible with rest, compatible with abundance, not just surviving, but thriving. Your breakthrough isn't just about one answered prayer. It's about the way everything will align at once. That's the difference between a miracle and a manifestation. Miracles show up suddenly, out of nowhere, and they don't just fix one thing. They transform the entire frequency of your life. That's what's coming. You didn't wait this long for something ordinary. The extraordinary is on its way. But there's something important you must understand. Even though it's on its way, even though the spiritual contract has been signed, it will still require your participation, your belief, your full surrender to the possibility that this time everything will go right. No more self-sabotage, no more waiting for the other shoe to drop, no more downplaying your desires because you're afraid of being disappointed. It's safe to hope again. Let that sink in. It's safe to hope again. Hope isn't weakness. It's power. It's fire. It's what kept you alive through your darkest nights. And now, it's what will pull you into the brightest chapter of your life. Not because you earned it through perfection, but because you stayed. You grew. You didn't give up when your heart was breaking. And that persistence was recorded by the divine. Every quiet please you whispered into the dark, it was heard. Every, "I don't know how much longer I can take this," spoken through trembling lips, it was recorded. Every time you smiled through tears so no one would see you fall apart, it was noticed. Now all of that hidden effort is blooming behind the veil, and it's about to show up where you can touch it, feel it, live it. And when it does, don't be surprised if it feels surreal. You've lived in survival so long that thriving might feel unfamiliar. But lean into it, accept it. You deserve it. Your blessing is not a reward. It's a match for your vibration, a match for your alignment, a match for the truth you've been embodying in silence. So start acting like the person who already has it. Start walking like your prayers been answered. Speak like the doors are already open. Feel like the universe is already celebrating you. Because guess what? It is. The celebration has already begun in the unseen. Soon, the seen world will catch up. And when it does, everything will make sense. Every number, every closed door, every delay. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. You weren't being denied, you were being guided. Not because you were unworthy, but because you were too worthy to settle for what wasn't meant for you. This next chapter will not require you to fight the way you used to. It will not drain you the way survival did. This chapter flows. This chapter moves. This chapter is carried on wings you didn't even know were forming behind your back. The energy is lighter. The outcomes are bigger. The peace is deeper. And all of it is on its way. Stay ready. Stay open. Stay grounded in your truth, because you are closer than you think. What you've been praying for is not delayed. It's being delivered in divine perfection. And the moment it arrives, it will remind you of who you really are. There's a reason you've always felt a little different from everyone around you. A quiet knowing, a sensitivity to the unseen, a sense that there's more to this life than what most people accept. That inner awareness wasn't an accident. It was a preparation, a divine preparation for the moment you're stepping into now. Your life hasn't been random. Not the people who left, not the jobs that ended, not the chapters that closed before you were ready. Every twist and turn was perfectly woven into the thread of your becoming. You were not being punished. You were being sculpted, refined, elevated. And now, after all this time, you are finally in the realm of return. Return, not just of energy, but of divine balance. You've given so much without always knowing why. Your love, your attention, your time, your forgiveness. You've poured from a cup that often wasn't being refilled. And still, you gave. Still, you stayed kind. Still, you believed. And now the universe is rising to meet that energy. Not in subtle ways, but in ways that will leave you breathless. There is a shift that comes when you've been faithful through delay, when you've held your vision close, even as it seemed to drift farther from view. That kind of commitment doesn't just earn rewards, it births miracles. You are the seed that grew in silence. You are the prayer that walked in human form. And now the answer is coming to meet you. It's coming to claim you. Because it always belonged to you. You never missed your moment. That's something you need to hear again. You never missed your moment. It's still yours. It was always yours. It's been waiting for you to become the version of yourself who could actually hold it. And now, you're ready. Maybe not perfect, maybe not completely healed, but ready. Ready in the soul, ready in the heart, ready in the ways that truly matter. You've been doing inner work that no one could see, breaking patterns, healing wounds, untangling generational pain, learning to speak kinder to yourself, choosing self-respect over familiar chaos. And with every shift you made behind closed doors, you are building the foundation for something huge, something holy, something permanent. That's what's coming. Not just a quick moment of success, not just a brief smile, but a season of sustained peace. A stretch of time where your joy doesn't come with anxiety, where your blessings don't come with betrayal, where your rest doesn't feel like guilt. You've entered the realm where you no longer have to earn your existence. You get to enjoy it. But it's going to require something sacred from you. The release of your old identity. The one who expected pain. The one who planned for disappointment. The one who always looked for warning signs even in moments of beauty. That version of you did their job. They got you here. But now, it's time to let them rest. It's time to become someone new. Someone who doesn't fear what's next. Someone who walks into answered prayers with wide arms, not narrowed eyes. Because this time, it's real. This time, it's not going to slip through your fingers. This time, you don't have to fight for it. This time, you're not going to self-destruct because it feels too good to be true. This time, it is true, and it's going to stay, not because of luck, but because of alignment. You are no longer chasing, you are attracting, not by force, but by frequency. Everything in the universe responds to frequency, and your energy, after everything you've been through, is finally clear enough to receive what was always meant for you. That's why people have been leaving. That's why opportunities dried up. That's why nothing seemed to stick for a while. You weren't being rejected, you were being protected. Because the next level of your life doesn't include what kept you small. This isn't punishment. This is precision. This is the Creator saying, I'm not giving you what you asked for. I'm giving you what's worthy of you. And sometimes that means delay. Sometimes that means silence. But behind every moment of nothingness, a miracle has been forming. Not slowly, not weakly, but powerfully, quietly, like a storm of light, preparing to flood your world. And now, the first drops are starting to fall. You can feel it in your body, can't you? The way your heart feels both anxious and excited. The way you wake up knowing something is different, even if nothing around you has changed. That's not your imagination. That's your spirit remembering the future. That's your soul tuning into the frequency of what's already yours. What you've been praying for is already in motion. It's coming in a way you don't expect, through doors you didn't even know existed. But when it arrives, it will make sense. Not because you figured it all out, but because you stayed in alignment when you didn't have answers. You didn't quit. You didn't numb. You didn't turn cold. You kept your heart open, even when it hurt. And that made all the difference. The universe always rewards the brave heart. And chosen one, your heart has been unbelievably brave. That's why this moment belongs to you. Not to the ones who laughed when you spoke your dreams, not to the ones who took without giving, but to you, the one who walked through fire and still came out soft, the one who held on when no one clapped, the one who stayed kind when it was easier to grow bitter. You are the one. And now, what you've been praying for is the one on its way to you. You've done the waiting, you've done the work, and now you're standing at the edge of a new timeline, one that doesn't require you to prove yourself anymore, one that doesn't ask you to shrink or explain or carry burdens that don't belong to you. The energy you're stepping into is pure alignment. It's not about hustle, it's not about control, it's about becoming who you were always meant to be, fully, freely, and unapologetically. You didn't survive all those storms to stay hidden. You didn't cry all those nights just to remain quiet. You didn't sacrifice your peace just to return to what broke you. Number, you've been positioned for something higher, something wider, something that reflects the magnitude of the soul you've cultivated through all that pressure. And now it's about to show. Not in subtle whispers, but in undeniable ways. You've reached the part of your story where the world begins to see what your spirit has known all along. And here's what your spirit knows. It's already done. That thing you've been praying for, it's not a maybe, it's not a someday. It's an answered call, sealed and sent. The energy of it is already near you. It's brushing up against your aura. It's making its way through people, circumstances, and divine instructions that are moving with perfect accuracy to align you with your blessing. The blessing is looking for you just as you're looking for it. This is the moment when reality starts bending in your favor. The signs will multiply. The synchronicities will become louder. You'll overhear things that sound like messages meant just for you. Numbers will repeat. Dreams will intensify. People will show up out of nowhere with exactly what you need. And it won't be random. It will be orchestration. Beautiful, divine orchestration. Because your path is no longer under construction, it's being revealed. You were walking by faith before. Now you're walking in manifestation. That shift is deep. It requires a new way of being, a new way of speaking to yourself. You're no longer the one waiting to be chosen. You're the one chosen. And now, you must walk like it, talk like it, make decisions like it. Carry yourself like your prayer has already been answered, because it has. The time lapse is not denial, it's divine coordination. And as it unfolds, some things will fall away. Let them leave. Let the weight of the old fall off of you. This isn't punishment, this is preparation. The new cannot enter where the old still clings. And yes, it might be uncomfortable, but it's necessary, because this next version of your life requires your full capacity, your full presence, your full heart. No more dragging yesterday into today. No more watering dead plants. No more forcing what doesn't fit. Chosen one, you are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time for a future that was written with your soul print in mind. But listen carefully. This kind of blessing comes with responsibility, not to earn it, but to honor it, to recognize it, to respect the weight of what it took to arrive here. You didn't stumble into this energy. You became it, through the ache, through the emptiness, through the moments that felt like endings. But none of them were. They were openings, quiet, sacred openings into your true path. And now, with every step forward, you're becoming more aligned with your divine assignment. What you've been praying for has always been connected to your purpose. That's why it mattered so much. It wasn't just about comfort, it was about completion. It was about the soul contract you made before you arrived in this body. You knew you had something to fulfill. You knew there was more, and that knowing has guided you, even when logic couldn't. That's why the pull never stopped. That's why the vision stayed in your heart, even when nothing outside of you supported it. Because it's yours. And now, the external world is catching up. Fast. Doors are opening that you didn't knock on. Opportunities are arriving that you didn't chase. People are being drawn to you by energy alone. You don't need to push. You don't need to convince. You don't need to beg. What is yours will recognize you. And you will recognize it. Not because it's perfect, but because it's aligned. And aligned things feel different. They don't make you anxious. They don't require you to twist into smaller shapes. They don't drain you. They meet you. They expand you. They make your spirit feel seen. And that's what's coming now. That's the vibration that's reaching out for you as you walk forward with an open heart and grounded knowing. So keep your frequency high, not through fake positivity, but through radical honesty, through choosing truth over comfort, through gratitude that doesn't deny pain, but transforms it, through integrity that doesn't chase applause, but stands firm in quiet conviction. These are the qualities that magnetize miracles, and you have them. You are them. You are not someone hoping for scraps. You are someone attracting destiny. The pain didn't make you bitter. It made you clear. And that clarity is what's calling everything toward you now. The blessing, the breakthrough, the peace, the relief. It's all part of the same flow. And you're not just ready for it, you were made for it. So don't flinch when it arrives. Don't apologize for how big it is. Don't doubt your worthiness. Don't let fear translate it into pressure. Just receive, fully, boldly, openly. Because what you've been praying for is not just on its way, it's already standing at the door. And the door is about to open. You were never chasing a dream. You were following instructions placed in your heart before your first breath. The visions you held weren't fantasies, they were coordinates. And every time you moved toward them, even when you were afraid, you activated something ancient within you. Something that's been dormant for lifetimes, waiting for now, waiting for this moment where belief meets embodiment, where silence meets certainty, where desire finally meets destiny. Chosen one, you have no idea how close you are. And maybe that's the design. Maybe the divine wanted you to trust without proof. Maybe it wanted to see if you could walk forward even when the path disappeared beneath your feet. And you did. You kept walking. You kept rising. You kept speaking light over your life when darkness was the only language being spoken around you. That's power. That's presence. That's what being chosen looks like. You don't need the world to validate what the heavens have already declared. But now, you're going to start seeing the confirmation you quietly prayed for. Not in chaos, not in confusion, but in patterns, in perfect timing, in the ease that suddenly replaces the resistance, in the way things fall into place without you forcing them to. Because that's how it works when you're in alignment. It doesn't require struggle, it requires surrender. And you, chosen one, have surrendered in ways no one could see. In your silence, in your solitude, in your private battles that didn't make it into the stories you told others. You gave up versions of yourself that were built in survival. You outgrew masks that once kept you safe, but no longer fit your truth. That kind of growth is sacred. It's not loud, it's not glamorous, but it's real. And now, it's ready to be rewarded. You're not the same person who started this journey. Your frequency is different. Your boundaries are stronger. Your awareness is deeper. You no longer tolerate what drains you. You no longer chase what devalues you. You no longer try to convince anyone to see your worth, because now you see it. And when you see your own worth, the universe adjusts accordingly. This is why doors are about to open, not because you begged, not because you performed, but because your energy now matches the level of what you've been preparing for. You are the evidence of the prayer. You are the living answer. What's coming to you is simply a reflection of who you've become in the process of waiting. And it's going to blow your mind, not just because it's beautiful, but because it's accurate. Every piece will feel tailored to the real you, not the version of you that settled, but the version that stayed faithful to the vision. You'll look around and realize that nothing was wasted. Not the tears, not the time, not the heartbreaks. Every detour was direction. Every delay was development. This is the kind of blessing that doesn't just elevate you, it expands you. It expands your peace. It expands your joy. It expands your capacity to hold goodness without fear. Because you're no longer wondering if you're worthy. You know you are. And that knowing, that's the final key. That's what unlocks the manifestation. Not just thinking about it, not just hoping for it. Knowing, deep in your bones, deep in your spirit, deep in your every breath, that it's yours. And that kind of knowing can't be shaken by temporary shadows. It can't be undone by someone else's doubt. It doesn't flinch when things get quiet, because you've learned that silence isn't absence, it's incubation. You've learned that rejection isn't personal, it's redirection. You've learned that being chosen doesn't mean being the loudest, the biggest, or the most seen. It means being aligned, being authentic, and being consistent with your soul's truth. And you've been all of those things, even when it cost you comfort, even when it cost you company, even when it felt like no one saw the battles you were fighting. But the divine saw. The divine counted every tear. Not one of them was wasted. Not one went unnoticed. Every time you kept going, when it would have been easier to quit, you sent a signal to the universe that you were ready. And now, the universe is answering. Get ready to receive in ways that make your heart tremble. Get ready to see how long you've been protected, even in seasons that felt like punishment. Get ready to experience peace so profound that it makes every past storm worth it. Get ready to breathe again, because what's on its way is not just what you prayed for, it's what you were destined for. And it's going to fit so well, feel so right, and flow so effortlessly that you'll look back and thank the delay. You'll thank the silence. You'll thank the times it didn't work out. Because now, this is working out in a way only the divine could have designed. It's your moment. Your name is on the blessing. And nothing can stop what's already been written for you. Chosen one, you've made it. Not because you never stumbled, but because you never stopped. Every moment you thought you were breaking was actually a moment of building. Every tear, every sleepless night, every trial you faced has been the sculptor of this moment. You've been refined in the fire, not consumed by it. And now, you are ready to hold the weight of the blessing that's about to arrive. You are worthy, and you are capable. You've paid your dues, and now the divine is rewarding you in ways beyond your imagination. What's coming your way isn't just a gift, it's a manifestation of everything you've believed in, everything you've worked for, and everything you've prayed for. But most importantly, it is the proof that your faith has worked. It has manifested. What you asked for is already in motion. You are no longer waiting for it to come. You are preparing to receive it. And as you stand on the brink of this incredible breakthrough, I want you to remember one thing. This is not an accident. This is not just luck. This is destiny, aligned and fully activated. You were chosen for this moment because you were meant to carry this blessing with grace and purpose. You were meant to uplift not just yourself, but everyone around you. You are a vessel, a channel, an example of how belief, resilience, and unwavering faith can reshape reality. When the universe begins to unfold the dreams you've had, it won't just be a simple handout. It will be a revelation. It will feel like you're standing in the middle of your life, watching everything you've wanted finally align, as if the universe itself is applauding you for being patient, for being persistent, for holding the vision even when the world didn't understand it. As you start seeing the first signs of your prayers coming true, know this: what's coming is only a fraction of what's possible. You've asked for greatness, but the universe has so much more to offer you. This blessing, this manifestation, is just the beginning of a new era in your life, one filled with abundance, joy, peace, and connection. You've learned how to walk through the hard times with grace, and now you're about to experience what it's like to walk through life with everything falling into place. But there's one last thing you need to do. Receive it. Don't doubt it. Don't question it. Don't shrink from it. You were made for this. You were prepared for this moment. And now that it's here, it's time to step into it with full awareness of your worth. Everything you've gone through, every challenge, every obstacle, every sacrifice was part of the grand design. It was all training. It was all preparation. And now, the universe is ready to hand you what you deserve. So hold your head high, chosen one. Stand tall in the truth of your journey. You didn't make it this far just to fall back into the shadows. You made it this far because you were meant to stand in the light, to be seen, to be celebrated, and to walk in the abundance you've always known was coming. Your dreams aren't just dreams anymore. They're your reality. And as you step forward into this new phase of your life, know that you are not just walking toward your destiny. You are walking with it, hand in hand, creating something even greater than you could have ever imagined. What you've been praying for is no longer a wish. It's your truth, it's your future, and it's here. So go ahead, embrace it. Step into the life that has been waiting for you. You are ready. You are worthy. You are chosen. The blessing is yours, and it is here now. And just like that, this part of the journey is complete. You've anchored the truth of your future with every word spoken, every step taken. Now the universe is working in alignment with you. It's time to let everything unfold, knowing you've prepared for it. It feels surreal, doesn't it? You've heard the messages, you've felt the energy, but there's always been a part of you that wondered, what if this moment never comes? What if the promises fade away? What if the waiting was in vain? But now, as you stand on the threshold of what's been promised to you, you understand. It was always meant to be. It wasn't about the length of the wait, the doubts you had, or the moments where you felt alone. It was always about this moment, this divine intersection of your prayers, your belief, and the universe's perfect timing. You are on the brink of something monumental. Your heart is aligned with the frequency of the universe, and what's coming next is the universe's response. You are about to witness a transformation so deep that it will resonate through your soul. You are going to step into a new version of yourself, a version of you that you always knew existed but couldn't fully see until now. a version of you that is unshakable, unstoppable, and unapologetically powerful. But before that shift occurs, you must make one final move. You must trust. You must trust that every challenge was necessary, every setback was essential, every delay served its purpose in shaping you into the person you've become. You are no longer the version of yourself that feared the unknown. You are no longer the person who doubted their ability to make it. You have emerged from this journey with a new power, a power that is unstoppable because it comes from something greater than you. You are not merely waiting for the universe to send you your blessings. No, chosen one. You are the vessel through which the blessings will come. You are the channel that will magnify the divine abundance that is already flowing into your life. The universe is responding to you because you have already become the person ready to receive it. The question is no longer when it will arrive, it's how you will handle it, how you will stand tall when everything you've asked for begins to manifest, how you will rise to meet the blessings with grace and humility, how you will allow the love, the success, the peace, and the abundance to flow through you, and not just to you. You are being entrusted with these gifts because you are capable of managing them. You are worthy of everything that's about to unfold, and it's going to feel both exhilarating and humbling. But know this, it's meant for you. All of it, from the smallest blessing to the most monumental moment. It's all yours, and it's happening because you've earned it. The transformation you've undergone, the work you've done in silence, the personal growth you've experienced, it has prepared you for what's coming next. And what's coming next will exceed your wildest expectations. It will be greater, more magnificent, and more aligned with your soul's true purpose than anything you've imagined. You will receive your rewards in ways you never thought possible. Your dreams, the ones you thought were too far out of reach, are now coming closer and closer. They're pulling toward you like magnets, like they've been waiting for you to get to this very moment. You will look back one day, maybe soon, maybe later, and realize that every step, every moment of faith, every decision you made to choose yourself was a part of this incredible journey. You will look back with gratitude because now you'll see how perfectly everything has aligned. The pieces that once seemed scattered will suddenly fit together seamlessly, and you'll marvel at how the divine orchestrated it all. This isn't just about receiving, it's about becoming. Becoming the person who can hold space for divine abundance, love, peace, and power. Becoming the person you were always meant to be. Becoming the person who has the courage to receive and then share that gift with others. So, stand tall, chosen one. Your moment is here. Not in some far-off future, but right now, right at this very moment. The universe has been waiting for you to fully step into your power. And now, it's all coming together. Everything you've been praying for is on its way, and it's going to unfold in ways you never thought possible. This is your time. Remember, you are not alone. You are supported by the universe, the divine, and all of the forces that have worked together to bring you to this moment. Trust in that support. Trust in yourself. What you've been waiting for is already here, and it's only the beginning.